Good morning, everyone. Welcome to North Sacramento. I hope you're all doing well and safe as we continue to perform our military duties and obligations on this drill weekend. My name is Chief Bed Officer Caballero, and I'm the Supply and Manpower LCPO and also the CMEO. Today, we're going to be talking about the equal opportunity, harassment, and resolution options. Here's a brief overview of our training. We're going to be talking about equal opportunity and sexual harassment policies, the roles and responsibilities of the commander, the CMEO manager, the CRT, or the command resiliency team. We're also going to be talking about the resolution options. We got the informal, formal, and anonymous, and other grievance procedures. I'm going to briefly talk to you about command climate assessments too, or the survey. At the end of the lesson or training, I will show you all the resources related to equal opportunity. Our success as a team depends on the behavior and dedication of each person. It also depends on our ability to work well together and to treat each other with dignity and respect. Okay, equal opportunity. What is equal opportunity? OPNAV instruction 5354.1 Golf is the Navy Equal Opportunity Program Manual. In this instruction, it states that equal opportunity is the right of all persons to participate in and benefit from programs and activities for which they are qualified. The Navy is comprised of men and women who work together to accomplish the mission. Additionally, each member is expected to abide by the Navy core values of honor, courage, and commitment. So equal opportunity was established to promote an environment that is free from social, personal, or institutional barriers that prevent people from rising to the highest level of responsibility possible. So it says here, an environment that is free from social, personal, or institutional barriers. What are these barriers? That's right. These are the unlawful discrimination. So we shall all be evaluated on individual merit, fitness, and capability. But what are the 6 bases of unlawful discrimination, you might ask? In the Navy, unlawful discrimination must not be ignored or condoned. So the first category is race. Race, example of race is Asian, American Indian, African American, Native Hawaiian. The next basis of a lawful discrimination is color. Black, white is the most common term for color. Sex, religion, sexual orientation. It could mean, or it could refer to heterosexuality, homosexuality, or bisexuality, whether it is real or perceived. National origin is the person's ancestors' place of origin, whether it be physical, cultural, or linguistic. Talk about unlawful discrimination. So take a look at the picture. There was a lot going on in this photo. So what's wrong with this situation? Yes, there's unlawful discrimination by the CMC for tossing the sailor of the quarter packages for the mail. Okay, so what are the 6 bases of unlawful discrimination? One of them is sex, male, female. or whatever gender identity that is. But in this scenario, it's the male. So what else is wrong? It's the sailor for not saying anything, right? Now let's take a look at another scenario.
I really can't believe I have to do my TAD time in supply.
What's the problem? All Asians work in supply with the rest of the Asian mafia. Y'all can eat rice and work on math problems together.
So what are your thoughts on the supervisor's comment? Yes, it's harassing, inappropriate, demeaning, provoking, and offensive. Discriminatory harassment is based
I
on
really
race,
can't believe I have to
color,
do my TAD
sex,
time in supply.
including gender
What's the problem?
identity,
All Asians work in supply with
national
the rest of the
origin,
Asian mafia.
religion, and
Y'all
sexual
can eat rice
orientation.
and work on math problems together.
Now, can you tell me the difference between discriminatory harassment and discrimination? Discrimination is impacting career and/or pay, while harassment is offensive behavior. Some examples of harassment are offensive jokes or epithets, ridicule or mockery, insults or put-downs, displays of offensive objects or imagery, stereotyping, intimidating acts, threatening or provoking remarks, racial slurs, derogatory remarks about a person's accent, displays of racially offensive symbols. The Navy does not tolerate or condone harassment. Harassment jeopardizes combat readiness and mission accomplishment, weakens trust within ranks, and erodes unit cohesion. Harassment is fundamentally at odds with the obligations of sailors to treat others with dignity and respect. Now, on this slide, we're going to be talking about the different harassment. It's called sexual harassment. Now, if you look at this slide, it's showing the sexual harassment triangle. It impacts the environment, unwelcome, sexual in nature. Sexual harassment adversely affects good order and discipline, unit cohesion, and mission readiness. Incidents of sexual harassment cover a wide range of behaviors, from verbal comments to physical acts, and can be subtle or overt. Each member of the Navy is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect and to work in an environment free of sexual harassment. At this time, I will show you a quick video which will be followed by a brief discussion. So on the previous scenario, there was a lot going on in that short text. So what conclusions can be drawn from that conversation? What do we see? There's a inappropriate workplace behavior, fear of retaliation, unwanted sexual attention, and perceived sexual harassment. Remember, sexual harassment does not have to occur in the workplace. Sailors are accountable for their actions on and off duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, there are two types of sexual harassment: quid pro quo and hostile work environment. Samples of quid pro quo: sexual coercion and unwanted sexual attention. Hostile work environment is crude offensive behavior or sometimes offensive posters posted on the walls. Three forms of sexual harassment could be verbal or written, nonverbal, or physical. Commanders' responsibilities are to provide annual equal opportunity sexual harassment grievance training, assess their command climate. This happens on two occasions. One is annually, and the second one is every time there's a change of command. Designate a CMO in writing. Establish a command resiliency team. Submit an executive summary letter to the ISIC. Conduct a face-to-face debrief with their ISIC. And provide monthly reports and consult with respective CCS for more information if needed. As the CMO, here are my responsibilities. I am the single point of contact at the command for any EO issues. Handle formal or informal anonymous reports. I submit, track opreps properly and timely. I coordinate command climate assessments. This happens once a year and every time there's a change of command. And with the help of the command resilience team to analyze the results of the survey. I also coordinate EO and SH training and maintain a CMO program files for 3 years. The informal resolution system. It provides the necessary information and skills to encourage, facilitate resolving interpersonal conflicts in the workplace at the lowest appropriate level. Each member of the Navy is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect and to work in an environment free of harassment and unlawful discrimination. A service member who desires to request assistance from the chain of command to resolve a harassment or unlawful discrimination report informally must notify a member in a position of authority in the chain of command, excluding the commanding officer. So they could notify their leading pet officer, chief pet officer, division officer, or department head of their report orally or in writing. Service members will make it known to the chain of command that they wish to handle their report informally. By electing to request the chain of command's assistance, service members are entrusting the chain of command to resolve the issue in a timely and efficient manner. The informal report must be documented on NAVPERS 5354/2 by the CCS or CMO Program Manager. It is critical that once the chain of command is informed of an informal report, that action is taken quickly to resolve the report. The informal report must be resolved within 14 days. The next type of report is formal report. A formal report is an allegation of harassment or unlawful discrimination submitted in writing via one of the following different options: NAVPERS 5354/2 report form, U.S. Navy Regulations Article 1150 redress of wrong committed by a superior other than the commander, U.S. Navy Regulations Article 1155 communicating with elected officials, NAVPERS 1626/7 report and disposition of offenses, UCMJ Article 138, complaints of wrong against the commander. Contacting the IG, which includes Echelon 2 IGs and the Navy Inspector General, and any other communication the commander deems appropriate. A report must be made within 16 days of the offending incident, or in the case of a series of incidents, within 16 days of the most recent incidents. Commanders may accept reports beyond this time frame if, in their judgment, circumstances warrant. A report may not be joined with the report of other individuals. Similarly, each complainant may seek redress for the wrongs of only one alleged offender. If the complainant believes more than one alleged offender has committed a wrong, the complainant must submit a separate report against each alleged offender, not against a group such as the chain of command. So within 24 hours, the CMO must submit report to CO and the CCS. And within 72 hours, investigation must commence. And within 60 days, the report must be resolved. Last type of report is the anonymous report. Anonymous report is described as information received by the commander, regardless of the means of transmission, from an unknown or identified source. That includes allegations of harassment and unlawful discrimination. The individual reporting the information is not required to divulge any personally identifiable information. Anonymous reports may be communicated by several means, including but not limited to the Navy's Sexual Harassment and Equal Opportunity Advice Line, email, or official telephone lines. The command CCS or CMO program manager must be notified of anonymous reports within 24 hours of receipt. The CCS or CMO program manager must consult with the commander within 24 hours upon receipt of the anonymous report to determine further actions regarding the allegations. The chain of command is the primary and preferred channel for identifying and correcting discriminatory practices. This includes the processing and resolving of reports of harassment and unlawful discrimination, and ensuring that human relations and EO matters are taken seriously and acted upon as necessary. Like I mentioned earlier, command climate assessments are required to be conducted annually and within 90 days of change of command. The ISIC is responsible for monitoring the AOR command climate. In this case, our ISIC is RCC Southwest. We use the DEOX survey and 5 triangulation methods in conducting the survey. Executive summary letter within 30 days of DEOX completion. The command climate assessment shall not take longer than 110 days for NOSCs from the start of the DEOX to the command's debrief of the command. The DEOX takes 21 days and 1 drill cycle for Navy Reserve augmented units. And these are the recommended timeline for each step or process of the DEOX survey from start to the completion of survey. And here are the resources relating to equal opportunity. Navy Sexual Harassment Prevention and Equal Opportunity Office, the Navy Advice Line. They also got their email here. The Navy Reserve EAO team. More references. These are the instructions. OPNAV instruction 5300 for sexual harassment. 5354.1G, Navy EO Program Manual, Navy Fraternization Policy, so on. More references. Article 138, complaints of wrongs against the CEO. Article 1150, redress of wrongs committed by a superior. So in summary, we talked about the equal opportunity and sexual harassment policies, the roles and responsibilities of the commander, CMEO manager, and the CRT team, the resolution options, informal, formal, and anonymous, and other grievance procedures. We also talked about the command climate assessments and the resources and references. If you have any questions, you can give me a call in my office. I'm Chief Pat Officer Caballero. I'm the Supply LCPO and Manpower LCPO. Thank you very much and have a great day. Be safe.